This is The Place with Dave Nemeth and Brooke and Brittany Graham.
Hey guys, welcome to The Place. Thank you so much for joining us today. We do appreciate it. We have a fun show.
We do.
We have dogs anyway, so right then and there, you've got something.
Okay, so today we have something that you probably have never seen before. We have a pet psychic on the show, and we want to welcome her right now. This is Patty. Welcome. Thanks for being here.
Hey, nice to be here.
Patty Rayman, you are you call yourself Patty, pet psychic.
Yes.
And let's define that. What do you mean when you say pet psychic?
I was born with the ability to communicate with animals, and I've been doing it all my life, and I can ask them questions and they can answer the questions.
So you're a real life Dr. Doolittle. This is amazing. Yeah. How many of us out there have dreamed of being able to have conversations with our pets?
Yeah, a lot of people do. I mean, animals are our family members. We love them. They're our best friends.
Yeah, and we personify them. We always do.
Yes.
We talk to them, and we assume they know what we're saying, and then we assume we know what they're saying back.
Right.
Don't we?
Yes.
That's probably not a good idea to assume anything.
That's where people get confused, and that's where the relationships tend to cause problems. Mm-hmm. That's where they break down.
Okay, so right now let's tell everybody watching, you work with more than just dogs. So tell everybody what kind of animals you actually can communicate with.
Well, any kind of animal that people have had as a pet. Mm-hmm. Dogs, cats, and horses are mostly what I work with. Guinea pigs, potbelly pigs, frogs, ferrets, you name it. Yeah.
Now, how do you get your information from them?
Animals don't think like people. Their brains are different, and humans think in language. That's why we're here. That's why we're talking. And animals think in pictures and emotions. So I can understand their pictures and their emotions and then translate it into words for people.
Fascinating. Patty, this is just so interesting. So when did you start doing this for other people? When did you say, I think other people would appreciate knowing what I know?
Well, I started doing this for parties, for friends.
Yeah.
And it grew into a small business, and now it's a much bigger business. I have clients all over the world, and I love it.
What, do you sense actual conversation or emotions? And if you do sense emotions, what's the most easily recognized emotion, say, from a dog?
If I had to describe the way people think, people can put thoughts together like beads on a string. Mm-hmm. We can tell a story and it has a beginning and middle and an end. Animals don't really think like that. They have like a cup of beads, and they talk about the shiniest ones that are on top.
Okay.
So the most emotional things that come up, a lot of times animals are insecure because they don't necessarily understand what people do. They don't know why you have a job.
Oh.
They don't know why you have to go to work every day except to buy food and toys for them. So a lot of times animals are insecure. They have complex relationships with other animals in the house. Sometimes they have a favorite person. Sometimes they have a person they really don't quite get with.
They do have favorites. Oh my goodness.
So, that a lot of what I do is help people have better partnerships with their animals, whatever kind, whatever their problem is. I do a lot of health issues, a lot of behavior problems. I also help people do end-of-life decisions.
Oh, that's such a tough place to be.
Yeah, it's very difficult for people.
Yeah, it really is. When people do come to you, are they skeptical?
Oh, yeah, and I love skeptics.
But what brings them to, if they're skeptical, what brings them to you?
Everybody wants to know the same thing about their animal. They want to know if their animal's happy and healthy.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
And a lot of times they're not. Sometimes people call me when they're at the end of their rope with their animal emotionally. They're sometimes ready to rehome the animal. I've had people like, if this doesn't stop, I'm going to have to put my animal to sleep.
Yeah.
So I help them just build better partnerships and get along better.
Do you have a most memorable reading?
One that comes to mind is what animals ask for, and it may not be what you think. I did a reading for a cat that wanted a box about 3 foot by 3 foot that was full of live mice, and he wanted it in the living room.
Oh my God!
Wow.
And the owner said no way.
I had to tell the cat, no, Mom's not going to do that. But maybe you can get a little bit more outside time, So we made a compromise, and that worked.
And then, how do you direct people once you understand what their animals are trying to communicate to them? How do you direct them to go beyond the visit with you and be in tune?
A lot of what I do is help people, move forward to solve the problem. And people have the best intentions, but sometimes they don't execute them well. So, like, people will tell the dog, no barking. And the dog's looking at you like, I've been barking my whole life.
Yeah.
And they don't understand that. But if you tell them stop barking, you're telling them exactly what you want them to do. And that makes it a lot more clear, and they can build a better relationship that way. They can solve some problems.
Okay, Patty, so you actually teach a class up at the University of Utah
I do.
on animal communication. I know a lot of people just jumped out of their seats thinking, I want to do that.
Yeah.
And it's actually open to all ages.
Yes, I teach it through Lifelong Learning, which is a non-credit program for adults with the University of Utah. We have 170 classes this spring.
Wow.
And it's really fun, and it's to help people learn a little bit about how to do what I do with their own animals.
Okay, so you actually give people the tools, even though all of us aren't born a pet psychic, you give them the tools to actually communicate better with their animals.
Yeah, I think anybody that loves animals can communicate with them.
Okay, speaking of animals, Doug here has brought his adorable puppy, Ellie, and she is 10 months old. Patty, this is your chance to tell us what Ellie is really thinking. She seems like a sweetheart to me.
You are a sweetheart, and I think you do need a belly rub. Just had surgery?
Yeah.
Okay, yes. Still hurt? It's still a little painful. I know, but it's going to be over soon, yes. So what do you think about your dad? You're the best dad ever, because you are focused on her all of the time. Is she your newest kid?
Yeah.
Okay. So you're a very good girl, Ellie. You haven't had her very long.
Only 3 weeks.
She
3
said
weeks.
only 3 weeks.
3 weeks. Okay. So she's a lifer. She's going to be with you forever.
Yes.
Come here, squirmy girl. You are adorable. Come over here.
She's still quite a little puppy, too.
She is. She is. Ellie, come over here.
Go see Patty.
So your dad loves you very, very much. He does. And you're going to stay with him forever. Yes. You'll see him every day. He loves you. He thinks you're the best girl ever. She's like, yes, I am. Sits
Patty,
right
do
up.
you get a lot of kisses?
I love kisses. And all kinds of animal kisses, in fact.
Okay, so she's speaking with you and
Yeah.
she's telling you all these things.
She's still a little insecure. She's being rehomed and having the surgery has kind of made her regress a little bit. So she's acting kind of like she's 6 months old. So she's still like, am I doing it right? Is this okay? Is this what you want? And so she needs a lot of reassurance. This is a great time to do some obedience training with her. She's learning how to be your dog, which is different than how she was treated before. So she's a sweetheart, and she's really eager to learn. So yeah, a little obedience training, exposing her to lots of situations, socializing her is really important at this age. And she's, her little brain is sucking it all up.
Oh, well, you gave us some great news. He got some good news about his sweet puppy, Ellie.
Yes.
And Patty, people can actually contact you. Your email is up on the screen
Yes.
right now, or they can take your class up at the University of Utah.
You bet.
We'll have all of that information on our website, fox13now.com. Just click on the place. Thank you so much for being here. It's
Thank
been
you.
fascinating to chat with you. Stay with us. We'll be right back.